don't think there are. I got a text.
Let's meet at the library. Okay.
Hey everyone, it's Julia and welcome to my channel, Shakespeare and Such. My hair looks messy all of a sudden. Today I am here to talk about my February TBR. Now I am going ham with the readathons this month. It's Feminist Lit February. Also, they're doing like Femuary kind of more in the UK, which I think is very similar. I don't think Femuary has specific prompts as much as it is about reading about women and reading books by women, but Feminist Lit February does have like some recommended prompts that are pretty general and wide. You don't have to do them, but it's just to help you pick out some books. And then I'm also going to be doing let me get my notes so I don't mess this up. I'm also going to be doing the Inloveathon from February 9th to February 15th, and also the Contemporaryathon from February 12th to February 18th, which both kind of overlap, but I have plans. I'm going to make this work. Also, the Inloveathon and Contemporaryathon are hosted by a litany of people each, so I will leave some videos, links down below for all three of these readathons so you can see more legitimate information from them, including like all the prompts and the dates and details and all that fun stuff. So I won't be talking about all of the prompts for each of these readathons, except for Feminist Lit February, except for Femlit Feb, because I am doing all 5 of those, but I will go through everything. Some of them will overlap, you'll notice, so let's just start. I guess I'll begin with the 2 books that I am currently reading, well, one currently reading, one like about to start after I film this video. The one that I've already started is Frontlines by Michael Grant. This is an alternate historical fiction set during World War II when the draft not only affects men, but affects women. So there are girls fighting, there are girls throughout the military, and I mean, yeah, it's still 18 and older, so I don't know why I said girls, women. But this, I'm about only a 10th of the way in, and I'm really, really, really interested in it so far. As a little girl, I loved the American Girl dolls and the books, and Molly was the doll that I had, so I read like a lot of World War II stuff. So this is already like getting me back in the zone. It's like being afraid for the people in the war, and you know, rations and all those things I remember reading about as a kid and learning about are already reflected in this, so I think it's going to be very good. I do know, like it even says on the back, warning, contains scenes of violence and warfare, so I do think this will eventually get rather gory when we get into battle, but usually I have a pretty tough stomach. Like, seeing it would bother me more than reading about it, so I think I'll be okay. And this is my feminist freebie for Feminist Lit February because, I mean, it's about, like, women soldiers. Right on. The next book that I'm about to hold up doesn't have a dust jacket on it because I'm about to start reading it, and that is The Power by Naomi Alderman. And this, I can't tell I got it as my book of the month. From what I know about this book, I believe it's about a near future world very similar to ours, except that women have somehow acquired the power of like electricity through their bodies, so they could like shock someone or electrocute them if they touch them, and this kind of reverses the gender dynamics of the world because women have been given this strong physical force that things really change. So I'm very intrigued to see where this goes. As I said, I haven't started this yet. My bookmark is on page 1, but very, very intrigued. The third Feminist Lit February prompt that I want to talk about is the feminist nonfiction category, and for that I have Women Who Run with the Wolves, Myths and Stories of the Wild Woman Archetype by Clarissa Pinkola Estes, PhD. Right on. I honestly don't know very much about this book. I picked it up on a whim on Book Depository because the title sounded dope. And the back just kind of says that within every woman there lives a powerful force filled with good instincts, passionate creativity, and ageless knowing. She is the wild woman who represents the instinctual nature of women, but she is an endangered species. And so I guess this talks about the intercultural myths and fairy tales and stories that help women reconnect with the fierce, healthy, visionary attributes of this instinctual nature. So I don't know, it sounds vaguely like a self-help book, but not in a bad way, and I'm intrigued. This will be probably a long read because it's got tiny little Bible print, and it is like 500 odd pages, but I'm intrigued. Next up, I'm going to be showing you my first pick for the Inloveathon because it overlaps with Feminist Lit February. Like I told you, I'm going crazy, so I need to like weave things together somehow. And that is Everything Leads to You by Nina LaCour. I'm still obsessed with this cover. This book I started reading in November last year, and I'm halfway through. So I should be able to read it pretty quickly. I just put it down because it's like a summary contemporary, and that's like not really my jam, but I do think it'll be worth finishing. Like, I think it's cute. I'm intrigued by where the love story is going to go, and I'm intrigued a lot about her job. I think it sounds really cool in the movie that they're making. But her ex-girlfriend was like so blah to me. So every time like Morgan comes back, I think her name was Morgan. I think every time Morgan was in there, I was like, enough with you. Like, I don't like you. But the new girl seems nice. So, oh yeah, I should probably like say what prompts this is for. For Feminist Lit February, this is my Own Voices book because it's about a lesbian. I don't think she's bi. I'm pretty sure she's a lesbian main character. And Nina LaCour is married to a woman. Again, I don't know where on the spectrum of sexuality she falls, but they're both women interested in women. And then for the Inloveathon, this is my book with red or pink on the cover. Very, very pink. And it's also my LGBTQ plus love story. Next. My next Inloveathon pick is How to Love by Katie Cotugno. First of all, the color of this cover is gorgeous. This is like my favorite color. This is my pick for a book with your favorite romantic trope, because for me, that is, can you guess it? If you do, tell me in the comments, because I'll be very impressed with how well you know me already. It involves a baby. I believe this story is about a girl who, whose ex-boyfriend like comes back into town or back into her life after being away for some reason, and when he comes back, she has a child whose age is very suspiciously aligned with their relationship. So I think he has to like get to know his kid and her, and there's a movie coming out that isn't this book but sounds very similar to this book, and I am gonna go see that trash movie because I can't wait. Yeah, I love pregnancy and baby plots. That's like the most desperately maternal thing I've ever said. This is gonna be right on my alley. I'm also going to use this for read a book while eating Valentine's Day treats, because I could have put that on any book, but let's say this one. The next one I have is a chunker, and it's so gorgeous. It's The Princess Bride by William Goldman. This is the beautiful, like, new collector's edition that just, oh, it's so gorgeous. And there's, like, pictures in here from time to time. Let's see if we can find one. And it's got a few illustrations throughout. And also, I saw this. Look at that. Ooh. 6, the festivities, like the chapter pages are beautiful. This is a classic, if you don't know. So I'm reading it for a book with a prince or princess. Obviously, we got both, Buttercup and Humperdinck. It's also a classic love story, so I'm going to read that for that. And it is a fairy tale that I can watch the film adaptation for. To be fair, it's not like one of the classic fairy tales like Cinderella, but I think it counts because it is definitely a fairy tale, and it does definitely have a movie, and the movie is amazing. I mean, if you haven't ever seen The Princess Bride, what rock are you living under? It's one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time. It's going to be great to read. I've read this book only once when I was in high school, and I'm really excited to read it as an adult because I have a pretty one now as I caress the book. All right, next I'm going to be talking about my picks for Contemporaryathon. The first one is also my last pick for Feminist Lit February, and for that it is a book by a Black author, either a Black woman or a Black non-binary person specifically. So I chose a Black woman, and also for Contemporaryathon it's my picks for my most recent contemporary purchase, pink on the cover, and diverse. I love the way I said pink on the cover, just like that, blocking out the haters. Fine.
Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. I was too busy blocking out the haters.
Okay, that was a lot of rambling, and I haven't even shown you the book yet. That is Stay With Me by Ayobami Adebayo. I think Ayobami Adebayo. It sounds right. And this is, again, about pregnancy. Go figure. This is a book about a married couple who I believe live in Nigeria, might be another country, and they are very happy. They have kind of agreed that they don't want him to take a second wife, and though she's having trouble getting pregnant, they're both pretty happy, and she thinks she has more time, when suddenly his family introduces a second wife for him that they found. So it's a lot about what it means to be a wife, what it means to be a mother, and I feel like it's going to have such, it's going to really hit me hard, I think, and I'm really, really, really looking forward to reading this. And also, the cover is so bright and stunning. I'm excited. Alright, 2 more picks for Contemporaryathon left, and then that's all the books I plan on reading in February. I don't know why I think I'm going to be able to read all these books in 1 month. The next one is, Anna, get ready for this, Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough. This is my pick for a dark or taboo contemporary book, and also a recommended book, because I mean, there's like a journey. I was supposed to win this in like an Instagram giveaway with Anna from The Baked Book, and then like we just never got our books. I'm still ticked off about it. And she got hers earlier than I did, read it, loved it. I picked it up, still haven't read it, and I'm very curious. I just realized I don't really know what this is about. It's about a single mom. She meets some guy at a bar. Oh, and then her boss turns out to be the guy from the bar. Oh, and then she meets his wife. Ooh, so that'll be spicy. And it's about a mom. I gotta stop. And then I just realized the last book I saved is because I don't have a physical copy of it to hold up, which, here it is. I use Windows Movie Maker. I can't put it in my hands, but just pretend it's in my hands. Archie Volume 4, because the last prompt is to read a contemporary graphic novel, and I think Archie comics are like the only ones that are contemporary that I read and care about. I didn't really love Volume 3, so I didn't plan on continuing, but since it's free on Hoopla, and since I have a challenge for it, might as well read it and just hope and pray that they include more Betty Cooper in this volume. I'm sorry, Betty's like, I've been an Archie comic reader for like many years. Like my childhood involved buying those little Archie digests at the grocery store like every time. And Betty is like my fave, and it makes me really sad when she doesn't get any attention because she's not as exciting as Veronica or Cheryl. Like, I'm sorry, she just wants to like play baseball and fix cars, but she's like a precious little tomboy who can also be very girly, and she's just a sweetheart. She's the girl next door. Cut her some slack. I don't know. Wow, sorry, I feel like I rambled for a really long time. Hopefully I'm going to edit a lot of that out. But I hope that some of these books were interesting to you, and that you're going to be participating in any or all of these readathons as well, so I can like commiserate and have people to talk to, because I love doing readathons, but they also stress me out. So if you are doing Feminist Lit February, the Inloveathon, or the Contemporaryathon, I would love to hear about what you plan on reading this month, or just what you plan on reading in February. Like, you don't have to do a readathon. Live your life, you know? Please be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, leave those comments so we can talk about books, and subscribe if you feel like I'm a person you would want to see more of. You'll see more of me soon. Bye!